welcome to my channel. I still don't have an intro. So, today we are going to be going back to something that I have missed, because I am running out of time to do it, and that is Wolfblood. I don't want to wait too much because I want to get through as many episodes as I can today. Another thing, I did some explanations before in the Patreon intro. You don't really need to know about it. It don't really matter, it's just about, like, arcane and stuff like that. But another thing is, since I recorded my last video, wait, one sec, what was the last video I put up? Give me a second. Double Exposure Part 2, that was it, yeah. And then, wait, what was it before that? Double Exposure Part 1, cool. Yeah, so before I put up, in between recording my last video and recording this one, I have actually upgraded my computer slightly. It's not like a new computer or anything, I've just opened it, added in some more RAM. So basically it used to have 8 gig of RAM, now it has 216, so I think it's 32. And I also put in a new power supply because I was upgrading a few things, so I decided to put in a new power supply just in case, because the power supply I had in it was very low, so it's got 1000 watt in it now. But then I also added in a new hard drive, so I have more space, because I swear to God, well, actually, you know what, I can just show you. So I'm going to bring this up, you'll see Wolfblood, because I've got this up, but, okay, so, let me just put that up there we go. Yeah, so, if you look in my past video, hello, if you look in my past videos, you will see I did not have this many games. This is because I put in a new hard drive, and I have moved all my games from my main hard drive, which is only 500 gig, to my secondary hard drive, which is 2 terabyte. So all my games are now on my secondary hard drive, and all my videos are going to be on my main hard drive. So I will have more space, meaning I'll be able to bulk record more, hopefully. Because my main issue before was that because most of the games I play are upwards or over 100 gig, I would end up not having that much space left to actually have videos on my computer. So anyway, let's just get into this, shall we? This episode is Season 1, well, technically it's Series 1, considering it's British. This is Series 1, Episode 3, Family Ties, which, yes, I remember this episode. This is one of the ones I remember very well. Okay.
I'm going to my new game.
He's not on call or anything then?
No. You promised to make it this time. No emergencies, no distractions, just me and my dad.
Why not? You do. Pretending to be something you're not. You're just like them. Pretty and fake.
Well, no. Maddie is protecting her family. Because the thing is, I don't think Rydian realises that if they're caught, they're going to be fucking dissected. Actually, no, probably vivisected, knowing how fucking strange some scientists are. Like, Rydian. See, he annoys me. I like him and I feel bad for him, but he annoys me sometimes. Especially his relationship with Maddie. So you will get to see how much Rydian annoys me in this. Which I'm interested to see if I'll like him more by the end of the series, like by the end of the season, like the show, because like I said, when I was growing up I didn't like Rydian. So, like, I liked Tom more than I liked Rydian. Oh, wait, shh. Wait, I forgot. Mute it for the theme, because I don't want to get copyrighted. Which, by the way, the last few episodes haven't really gotten any copyright, which is great for Wolfblood. Like, it has gotten copyright, obviously, but, like, not, like, blocking copyright, which is great. Like, that's the kind of copyright I'm fine with. If that takes away monetization, I don't earn money for these videos anyway, so I'm fine with that. It's just the issue I have is when it blocks it. Like, you know, I'm going to pause this because it's about to go into the actual show. But like the Taste music video reaction, the Sabrina Carpenter one, that got blocked in. I've said this before in a video, but that got blocked in. Wait, where? Let me just find it. Let me just see, where did that get blocked? Because it got blocked in two places that I was like, okay, I'm fine with that, but it's not great. Yeah, Belarus and Russia. So I was like, okay, I have a feeling most of my viewers aren't from Belarus or Russia, so that was fine. But like the when it gets scary is when it gets blocked in like the US or the UK, like the Arcane reaction did. Because keep in mind, the Arcane reaction didn't get full on blocked, it just got blocked in the USA, which is fucking weird. Yeah, okay, but like that's taking away a majority of most YouTubers' viewership. Anyway, let's just continue. Like, I have a feeling most of you are from America. There's Keeping in mind, there is probably some British people in the comments, because I've seen you guys saying that this was one of your favourite shows growing up, which, thank you. Thank you for being here. This is great to be with other people who loved this show when they were growing up. But I have a feeling that there's quite a few of you who are also American. So, okay. And unmute. There we go.
Question, what does family mean in the 21st century is something that we've been exploring across.
Still not used to hearing northern accents in shows again.
We are very
Weird.
proud of our students' work. It's ultraviolet.
I will say, you'll probably get, okay, you'll understand why later on in the show, probably, if you've not seen the show already. But this one, I can't. The thing is, they're called the K's, I'm pretty sure, but I can't remember if it's because they're all called K, like K-A-Y, or K-A-Y-E, or if it's because they all have names starting with K. I can't remember which one it is, so I'm just gonna call her K. No, I'm just gonna call her K, or like nice K, because yeah, this is the K I like the most. She's the one who I think is the nicest. Like, the blonde one's just, she's, okay, the blonde one is that very stereotypical dumb blonde bitch, where like, she doesn't mean to be bitchy, but like, she's being bitchy because she's so dumb she doesn't realize she's being bitchy. Yeah. And the other one, again, I can't remember if it's K or like, anyway, yeah, the other one, she's just a bitch. This one is actually kind of nice, and again, you'll see that probably later on. And I honestly wish she'd gotten a proper redemption, because sadly she never does, or as far as when I saw it, she never actually does get a proper redemption, but she does have some really nice moments, especially with Shannon. Anyway. It's terrifying, but it's great.
Consider using a barium silicate lamp for a higher spectral range. Yeah. So, is your mum not here?
No, she's working late. But Dad'll be here soon.
I'm sorry, I just saw the painting's face at the side. I shouldn't laugh because it's a really sad moment of Jimmy basically being neglected by his dad. I think that's his name, Jimmy. But like, the fucking face on the painting is so funny, I couldn't take it seriously. But it is actually a really sad moment, showing that Jimmy is neglected by his dad. Anyway. Yeah, Jimmy is one of those characters where it's like, he's a bully, but he's got a sad backstory. As far as I remember, he doesn't actually get a redemption. They're just like, oh, he has a sad backstory. But I don't think they ever actually do anything with the sad backstory. Maybe in this episode, because you'll see later on, but there's a thing in this episode where it's kind of like a mystery. And I can't remember if it's this episode where they actually do something with that, but if they don't do anything with it in this episode, they definitely don't do anything with it later in the show, or at least later in the show that I've seen, so seasons 1 and 2, and parts of season 3.
Ah, very inventive. Was this when you were Player of the
Oh, sorry, that was my phone. I'll take that off the desk so it'll stop vibrating. Because I have it on silent, but it still vibrates.
Who's damaged this?
Had some issues with the subject matter.
Poor kid. We need to get him round more. Make sure he knows this won't do any time, right?
Mum, for the past 2 weeks he thought it was the only Wolfblood in the world. Give him some time with Josh, Lola.
Listen, Britain needs to be around his own kind. Pack animals don't do well on their own.
Here. Didn't you used to have a jacket like that?
Making him look like a fucking serial killer. Jesus.
You're not ready for that, to be honest, are you?
Why not?
Because it's horrible.
You might get food down it. You should leave it here.
Yeah, pick it up Monday.
Hang on.
See? Exactly what I was just saying. Bitch. Kind of nicer bitch. Blunt. Sugarcoats. And keep in mind, when it comes to like being a bitch, I do kind of prefer people who are blunt. But again, I don't like anyone being a bitch. But then again, no, but like, hell. I don't like anyone being a bitch, but if you're going to be a bitch, I would prefer you be blunt. But also, with a character like that, you kind of have to sugarcoat it, otherwise you break them. Like, the thing is, I always think about Brittany S. Pierce from Glee, who was also the whole dumb blonde, too dumb to realise they're being a bitch. Only I will mention, Brittany was driven a bit more by Santana and Quinn, or at least early on she was. They kind of turned her into this weird bitch later on, where she wasn't driven and she was just being a bitch. But anyway, with a like, I always think of Brittany, and I think of like the scenes where Brittany gets like blunt honesty. She never really takes it well, and I feel like this Kay is the same. Like, she wouldn't really take it well. So sugarcoat, like, again, it all depends on the situation. In this situation, sugarcoating it is the right thing to do. I will mention though, my mum would actually probably wear some, like, a jacket like that. That seems genuinely like my mum's style.
Your dad's still not here.
Dick, from like 20 yards out, it was like,
What happened?
Which jacket?
Just completely ignores the sign.
Who would do this?
Mum's gonna kill me.
no one is supposed to be in here. Just don't touch anything.
What happened to?
Someone came back on Friday night after the exhibition closed.
What about security cameras?
All we have is a glimpse of someone running away. At that speed, in the dark, could have been anyone.
Oh, I never noticed that scar. I'm
Why?
I'm guessing that's a real scar that, I think his name is Bobby. I think the actor's name is Bobby. I think that's a real scar that he has, because it looks like a real scar. Like, there's no way you'll be able to see it on camera, but I have a scar, here, I think. The thing is though, it's fucking minuscule because I got it when I was like 6. Actually, no, that's just the shape of my head. Yeah, it's like here. Basically, I was knocked over by someone on a bike. A bicycle, not motorbike. Don't worry, I wasn't hit by a motorbike when I was 6. Some fucking kid on a bicycle came up behind me and knocked me over by accident. Ended up smacking my head on the ground, cutting my head. You know, a simple kid accident. But like, yeah, so whenever I look in the mirror and I see that scar, that looks like a real scar. So I'm assuming that's something he actually has. Kind of like, oh, I always forget her name. The one who plays Raelle in Motherland Fort Salem, she has an actual scar on her face, and it's like one of the first like very noticeable things about her. It's one of the first things I noticed, and I actually looked up to see if it was a real scar, because it was like, the thing is, with that kind of scar, normally you'd have it covered up if you were like on, like if you were recording something. I mean, trust me, it fit Rael's character. Like, it makes sense why they didn't cover it up. But like the whole story behind it is insane. Like her getting injured on set, causing that accident, like an accident on set causing that scar is insane. And I hope she got some money for it. I don't know if she did. I didn't look into it that much, but I hope she got some money for like as like recompense or something. Because from what I read, okay, again, I didn't read that far into it, but from what I read, it did seem like it was production's fault, not hers. So, anyway, let's continue. After that scar tangent's over.
Not that it matters. I mean, I'm just gonna get blamed for everything anyway.
Not we'll find the person who actually did it.
If he is the wrong person.
Yeah, yeah. See, this is why I love Shannon. She always makes the best points. Why are we taking Jimmy's word? Yeah, again, we know that he has a neglectful dad, but they probably don't, and like, all they know is he's been a dick the entire time they've known him.
And his family.
And his family. Oh god. That fucking lie keeps haunting me. Because I know what's coming. Oh god. And also, love, I don't think that's gonna work. I don't know too much about washing clothes, but that looks like leather. Like, won't cold water make like leather shrink or something? I think I heard that somewhere. I mean, it could be pleather, but again, this is a coat from the 80s. It's probably actual leather, so.
Place in Frampton. I can get Dad to drive us over there tomorrow. Cara's getting us to put it aside.
How much is it?
I've got 30 only left, and I can get my allowance early.
I've got 30 quid left in the bank. Right, we'll get back to you. £250.
Yeah.
If all the best paintings were damaged, then the vandal was jealous. And if one person's work has been picked on,
The thing is, I would like to this was my favorite thing about this episode when I originally watched it. I loved like trying to figure out who it was, but the issue is I know all the red herrings in this episode, and I'm pretty sure I know who actually did it. But that's the issue is my brain keeps switching between two people, but I know at least one of them's a red herring, and I'm pretty sure one of them is the one who actually did it. So I'd love to start guessing, but I can't start guessing because I'm pretty sure I know who did it. But anyway.
the vandal has a grudge against them. Tom, who have you fallen out with recently?
What am I gonna do? Mum will go nuclear. She'll probably send me to that super strict boarding school on TV. I'll have to wear a pinafore. Try my new mascara.
You know, I have the same feeling as Eleanor from Do Revenge when it comes to makeovers. I really don't care. Especially considering I was bullied in school for being ugly and weird.
Spectacular. You like? Yeah.
Really?
5 quid. I don't have 5 quid.
How much have you got?
Wait,
Tell your mates to come and we'll let you.
I'm sorry, I want to see what that is. I want to see if I can count that.
You like? Yeah. I'm only 5 quid. I don't have 5 quid.
How much have you got?
Okay. Those two are pounds. I see those. Those two are pound coins. That one is... Okay, that one's big and silver, so I'm guessing it's either a 50 or a 20. It's bigger than the pound coins, though, so I'm assuming it's a 50. That's a 50p coin, then. And then these ones at the back look like they could either be 5, 10, or 20p. So I'd say there's 3 there, and this one at the bottom looks smaller. So I'd say let's say that's a 5. So we've got £2.50. Let's say that's a 10 because that looks round. So that's no, and I can't really tell that one. So we'll also say that's a 10. So that is £2.50. £2.60, £2.70, £2.75 right there. If my math is correct, and if my knowledge of British currency is correct, which it should be, considering that's what I've been using my entire life.
Tell your mates to come and we'll let you off the rest. Another 50 like here and your mum's got a new one.
50.
You call this pizza? My chemistry textbook takes better than this.
You just got spoiled in Manchester.
What?
The pizza place. Where you and your dad went.
Oh yeah, that was brilliant, you know. Design your own pizza, anything you want. It was amazing.
You're in trouble, Welshie. Is that right? You'll see.
Also, can I say, that whole Welshie thing is so true. Like, the way nicknames stick when you're in school. Like, I don't know if you guys have it the same in America, but in England, if you get a nickname, like, on your first day of school, that nickname will stick with you for the rest of school. Especially if you go to, like, the same school that you went to, like, basically, because I went to the same school as all the people who I went, when I was in primary school, all of those people continued up into the same high school as me. So the nicknames I got in primary school continued into high school. So, yeah.
Tom, I know something.
We didn't fight, Mads. You just never turned up. He sent me a text saying how we couldn't make it. He's been trying to ring all weekend, but I told Mum I didn't want to speak to him, so.
Did he say why?
He let me down again. Does it even matter why?
They're letting everyone take their art, so I got yours on Mads.
Keith.
Thing is, I can't really say anything here because I never had this experience. I have both of my parents. They've both been here my entire life, even though when I was a teenager I probably wish my dad wasn't here. But, like, they've both been there for me. And even on my dad's most unreliable days, he's come through when I've needed him. But I would say, yes, it makes sense that Tom wouldn't want to talk to his dad, considering, like he said, he's been let down his whole life, basically. But I also would say it's probably good to hear him out, at least see what his excuse is. Because, like, obviously excuses don't excuse things, but, like, he could have had a good reason. I actually don't remember if they ever tell you the reason, so if they do, I don't remember the reason, but he could have had a good reason. Even though, like, yeah, he should have, if he could have, he should have given some pre-warning to, so Tom wasn't just sitting there all night. Oh, I missed computer class. Yeah, it was exactly like this, just packed into one tiny little fucking room with those old school computers. Ooh. Yeah.
Nice one, Jim.
He'll be expelled for sure.
I don't feel very well, sir.
Always works. Although, no, for me, the whole I feel sick thing, that never worked in my school, so keep in mind the boys couldn't use this excuse, but the girls always used lady problems or feminine problems, which always worked, because I mean, especially male teachers, they can't ask you if you're telling the truth, like, they can't make you stay if you're having feminine issues. I have a feeling nowadays it'd be a lot less useful, because a lot less, in my opinion, a lot less guys nowadays are less scared of issues that women face. Like, I feel like a lot more guys nowadays know and at least understand a little bit how bad some periods can be. But, like, back in the day, like, no, absolutely not. But anyway, this is a kids show. They couldn't have her use the excuse of having a period or something Probably nowadays they could, but back then they definitely couldn't.
You were seen hanging around Friday night. It was a serious matter, Lydia. Criminal matter.
I didn't do it.
Calm down.
Shut up.
I beg your pardon.
You can't just accuse me.
I don't know if he's going to mention it, but I will. Keep in mind, like, I don't know if it actually could be, but if they could prove that, like, Tom's was specifically the one targeted and that everyone else's was kind of like collateral, it could actually be classed as a hate crime because Tom's black and Ridian's white. So, like, yeah, this, like, keep in mind, again, actually a lot of the students that we saw in that room were of, like, were of non-Caucasian descent. Like, Kay, I don't want to say, but I believe she's either black or mixed race, but I don't want to specify because I'm not exactly sure about that one. And obviously Jimmy is Asian, so like a lot of those could be classified as hate crimes, and that, in case you don't know, is a criminal offence. So yeah, it's just remember that South Park episode where I think it's Cartman. One of the main boys gets accused of a hate crime because they throw a rock at Tolkien. And yes, I said Tolkien. Listen to the L. Sorry, anyone who's not seen South Park probably won't get that joke. There's a character called Tolkien who, for the first like 4 seasons, I don't want to say 4 seasons because like that's just a complete guess. For like a while, was commonly called Token, and like, keep in mind, Token was his actual name at that point. But keep in mind, it was a joke about him being the token black character, so his name was Token. But in much more recent times, they've been calling him Tolkien and trying to gaslight us into thinking his name was never actually Token, when it was. Like, you go back and listen, it was clearly Token, but I've acquiesced and I'm calling him Tolkien, considering that's his name now in the show. Anyway, back to the actual show we're watching.
Me.
Simply asking you, young man, to explain where you were and why. I'm trying to help you, Lydia.
Just think about lying in a green field in the sun.
What exactly is so funny? You were trying my patience.
I couldn't help myself for laughing as well.
Are you okay?
Last chance, Ridian. Where were you on Friday?
What do you mean to say is?
I said I came on my own. Maddie's parents gave me a lift home. Yeah, that's right. Call them. They'll back me up.
It's the classic, just quickly call him. Okay, can I just say, I remember doing this, like, keep in mind, I didn't get into trouble that much when I was in school. I had anger issues, so I got into trouble, like, for certain things, like throwing things at people because I lost my temper. But, like, I didn't get into trouble a lot. But the few times I did get into trouble and I knew that they were going to call my parents, I would actually call them. Like, I'd go to the bathroom and I'd call them first and I'd be like, okay, just please tell them this. Yeah? And my parents would my mum would do it because my mum's amazing. And she knew, like, most of the time she knew the thing that I was getting in trouble for wasn't important. So, anyway.
Hello? Mr. Jeffries? What's the matter?
Seems you were telling the truth.
You cut that a bit fine, young lady.
Oh, I love Maddie's parents.
In a green field. How lame is that?
It worked, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, now Jeffries knows it wasn't me.
Just that cheeky little grin. That's the Ridian I like. The sarcastic little prick. What, Shannon?
Can you remember Kara's ultraviolet paint?
Yeah.
The ink was spilled everywhere. The vandal must have trod
Footprints.
So they won't have washed it off.
because they don't know it's there.
How are you going to check everybody's shoes?
Oh no, I remember this.
Dog dirt detector. Show shoes.
Yeah, I remember this. Just Shannon on the floor, just going meh to people's feet.
You're just going to confront him.
I don't have any choice. She gets anywhere near with that UV light. Show us your shoes.
Any luck?
We need to talk about Friday. What really
Wait.
happened.
Wait, was Tom there when she said the whole UV light thing? Yeah, Tom was. Like, do you not think if he was the culprit, he would have, like, washed his shoes? Maybe? Like, in the bathroom? Okay. Wait, did that sign say cyberbullying? Yes, it did.
You're just going to confront him.
Yep, very 2000s school, like, shit on the walls.
Any luck?
Posters, that's the word I was looking for.
Think it's me. Check it yourself. Thanks, Mads.
Thing is, I knew it wasn't Tom.
Some friend you are.
Yeah, Tom was one of the red herrings that I knew about, so I just forgot the whole reasoning behind why they thought it was Tom. But now that Tom's been cleared, I definitely know who actually did it. Oh, Tom's dad. Forgot about. Oh, maybe they do explain it. What happened?
Could we, have a chat about Friday? We could go for a burger. It's all right. Your mother knows I'm here.
It's not alright. You let me down again. You promised me there wouldn't be any emergency.
I know, but this wasn't hospital business. It was a family emergency.
So your new precious baby's family and I'm not, yeah?
Tom, wait. Tom, please. Maddie, I tried to explain.
You let him down with a text, Mr. O'Connell.
Yeah.
We were on our way to hospital. Grace, our baby, she was ill. Really ill. I didn't want to let Tom down, but what choice did I have? And now he won't even listen.
Thing is, I get both of their sides. The only thing I can really say in this situation is maybe Tom's dad should have, after the emergency was over and everyone was sure everyone was going to be okay, he could have actually called Tom and, like, let him know then what had happened and, like, explained everything, that his baby was sick and all of that. Maybe Tom would be less angry. I don't know. Maybe he'd be more angry. I just said that's all I could think about maybe him doing is calling after everything was settled and he wouldn't be panicked anymore.
Why don't you let me talk to him?
I don't know where he's gone.
I suspect I can find him.
No surprise there. I mean, all he ever talks about is her. Grace can smart. Grace.
Okay, I understand he's I understand he's mad. But this is a fucking baby we are talking about. If a baby is sick, everyone drops everything. Like, I understand he's mad. I understand he feels abandoned. But, again, this is a baby. Tom is a teenager. Teenagers can take care of themselves a lot easier than babies can. And when teenagers are sick, most of the time they don't need to immediately go to the hospital. Anyway.
And cruel. Grace can sit up. Wouldn't you like to meet a little sister? I never wanted a half sister. All I want is my dad. It's just sometimes I need him too, man.
I get that. But hospital. Sorry, I'm just very sensitive, especially when it comes to like young children being sick. So like, Shannon. It's like a fucking gremlin. Just
Well, that can't be everything.
show me your shoes.
I never saw Kane and her mates, or Ryan Boswell.
We're bound to have missed people. Let's try again tomorrow. I'll take this back.
Okay, so I didn't mention it in the recording, but I did also think about this, and I've just thought about it again while editing. Another thing that I do like this scene. Also, you know, Shannon being a gremlin, but one of the things I like about this scene is we get to see Ridian and Shannon being friends, which after that little bit in the episode where Shannon's really looking about for the Moore's monster, and then we don't really get to see much of Shannon and Ridian, so I'm kind of glad we get to see a little bit of them in this episode as well. I don't remember how much more we get of Shannon and Ridian like being friends in the series, but I do like this scene specifically for Shannon and Ridian. Same with the scene where he gives her the vegan chocolate. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I will mention though, obviously I don't ship Shannon and Ridian. I don't really ship Ridian and anyone. I ship Maddie and Shannon, and also I ship Shannon and the nice K. Kara, I think her name is. We get that in a later episode because I am recording this. God, wait, let me actually check. I don't even know how long it's been since I recorded this video. Let me just quickly, properties. I recorded this video on the 3rd of December 2024. I am recording this update on, like this, I'm editing it on the 13th of April 2025. I have no clue when this video is going to be uploaded. So, yeah. I keep in mind though, I'm only 2 episodes ahead, and I'm like pretty sure Wolfblood is no longer on BBC iPlayer. Actually, let me quickly check that while I'm here. Oh no, okay, good. I've just checked. It looks like it's been renewed for another 10 months. Because it's got 9 months left, so we can continue with it, which, I mean, the next episode I'm on to is Maddie Cool, which is, as far as I remember, my least favourite episode of the entire series. So, not super excited for the next episode, but hey, I might make the next episode, Maddie Cool, a double bill with the 7th episode, Dark Moon, because Dark Moon is actually, again, apart from Occam's Razor, Dark Moon might be my 2nd favourite episode of the entire series. Which, by the way, as I said, as of recording this update, I'm up to episode 6. Occam's Razor, which, like I mentioned, has always been my favourite episode of the entire series. Yeah, it's still amazing. I still love that episode. You will see when we get to that reaction, I still love that episode so much. But honestly, yeah, after Maddie Cool, we've got a 3-run episode of 3-episode run of pretty good episodes with Dark Moon, Wolfsbane, and A Quiet Night In. Then, as we get to the end of the season, it kind of gets as I remember, like it kind of gets a bit iffy. And then, as far as I remember, again, the start of next season, yeah, the start of next season is not great either. Actually, I'm looking, honestly, season 1 seems to be like, yeah, season 1's definitely my favourite season. I'm looking at the other episodes in season 2. I don't remember any of these being amazing, like I do with Occam's Razor and Dark Moon. And then, yeah, season 3, I only watched part of when I was growing up, and then season 4, like I said, I've basically seen none of, and like I also said, I didn't even know there was a 5th season until I started watching, until I started this rewatch. So, yeah. So season 1's definitely going to be the highlight of this run, minus Maddie Cool, because like I said, Maddie Cool is probably still to this day my least favourite episode of the entire series. But yeah, like I said, I might make Maddie Cool and uh, Dark Moon a two-part, like a 2-for-1, because Dark Moon's really good, whereas Maddie Cool's really bad, and I may just cut out most of Maddie Cool just to save you guys the cringe. But yeah, anyway, that was a little update, just say some more things and give you an update on how everything's going on my end of things as of editing this video, which again, I recorded this video like 5 months ago. Jesus. Oh god.
Push off, League boy.
Oh.
Just wanna know why you did it. Get lost.
Nope. You ain't getting away. It's a bit funny. See, this is the reading I like.
Did you do all that damage just to get me into trouble? No, you've had it in for me since I arrived. You.
Yes.
He doesn't have to.
There you go. Karma. And keep in mind, the only reason I'm saying that is because this is a kid's show, and I know that, like, because this is a kid's show, his dad probably doesn't beat him. Keep in mind, real life situation, that kind of dad would probably beat his son. And in that case, I wouldn't want his dad to know. But because this is a kid's show and I know he probably doesn't beat his son, then karma.
You don't believe me.
All those makeovers, that's all we made.
So with our allowances and the baking,
We still won't have anywhere near enough.
See, I like that. That's the kind of thing I like in shows. I don't care about love triangles or anything like that. I just want that nice, wholesome shit.
Do you think you'll get expelled?
Like, sorry, I think that's another reason I've been struggling to get through the last bit of Arcane, is it's just depression after depression after depression. And, like, I'm already depressed, so I prefer to watch shows with happy endings. And honestly, I don't even know if Arcane is going to have a happy ending. Because this isn't the end of the show, they're doing another season, but it's going to be somewhere else, and it's probably not going to involve people like Vi and Kay and Jinx. But also, they're still fighting in the game, so the show's probably not going to have a happy ending. And I just know I may end up doing, like, the entirety of Wolfblood before I get my Arcane video out. Just know it's going to take me a while to finish the show. But anyway, let's finish up this episode, because I have a feeling I'm going to be bulk recording a few episodes today. We'll see what the next episode is and how I feel.
He deserves it.
See if I remember it.
Jimmy's got problems of his own.
Like what? His family's loaded. All families have problems. It's nothing to do with the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'm the lucky one. Being on my own.
You're not on your own.
I gotta go.
Okay.
You're on the brink of transforming. Have you got to cope with a week of exams?
As you know, this week's exams will start with maths.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. This isn't my favourite episode. My favourite episode is No, it's Occam's Razor. I was going to say Tabula Rasa. That's one of my favourite episodes from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yeah, my favourite episode is Occam's Razor, which I believe is actually the episode after this next one. Actually, let me check this, because I'll come back and watch the rest of this next one in a second. I just want to actually check. when Occam's Razor is. Yeah, Occam's Razor is episode 5. Next one's episode 4. So yeah, I had a feeling when I saw this that we were gonna get to Occam's Razor soon. But yeah, Occam's Razor is my favorite. But this next episode is also very good from what I remember.
You worry too much, Tom. I have a plan.
Oh no.
Oh, what is that?
I think. Come on, Cash, you can tell us anything.
How many more times are you gonna let him down, eh, Maddie? I just got a little bit more to deal with than babysitting Tom today, okay?
Hey, Shan. Do you have any idea what will happen if we get caught?
Oh,
I think.
wait. Let me watch that bit again, because that episode? Is that okay, keep in mind there's a thing I'm thinking of in my head. If anyone who's seen the show wants to know what I'm thinking about, I'm just gonna say Fire and Shannon. And hopefully you'll remember what I'm talking about. But is that next episode? I thought that happened later in the season. But that might be next episode, actually. Okay, let me watch that again, because I think the scene that we see here with Shannon and one of the K's is preceding what I'm thinking about. I'm sure it is.
How many more times are you gonna let him down, eh, Maddie? I just got a little bit more to deal with than babysitting Tom today, okay?
Hey, Shan. Do you have any idea what will happen if we get caught?
Yeah, I'm sure that's preceding.
Might be.
Yep. Okay. I didn't realise they were actually gonna show it in the next time, but yeah, this is what I was thinking of. Also, can I just say, they really make it sound like one of the K's is gonna say she's gay. Which, by the way, that's not what she's gonna say. I think I remember what she's gonna say, and it's completely stupid when you actually think about it. But, like, if they really make it sound like she's gonna say she's gay or something, like, listen to this. It's after the scene, like, when she's talking to the other K's.
Do you have any idea what will happen if we get caught?
I think I might be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Okay. So that is next episode. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're going straight. Oh, wait. No. I don't know how long that's been off. Wait, that'll have been when I went back to see when Occam's Razor was. So, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to let this stuff play again because, yeah, I've just realised that was off. So you guys wouldn't have seen what I was looking at. Yeah.
Hey, Shan. Do you have any idea what will happen if we get caught?
Okay, yeah.
I might be.
Also, that's what I was referring to. Yeah, so we're going straight onto the next episode. Like, we're going straight onto the next episode. I don't know when that will be uploaded in conjunction to this, but I just want to get them all recorded, just so it's out of the way. But yeah, so I'm going to record as many as I can today. It's currently 11 a.m. Probably going to have a break for some food at some point, but I'm hoping I can just record through the day. But yeah, so anyway, I will see you in the next one, which I'm going to film in about a minute. Bye!